Live, ladies and gentlemen. We are here after an electric game of cricket where Punjab Kings and Mumbai once again met head to head. And always when these two oppositions meet for the last 3 to 4 occasions, you can say it's all come down to the last over. And it's once again come down to the last over where you saw it was the run out which affected the victory for Mumbai Indians. Ashutosh Sharma tried his level best to keep Punjab in the game. We can say they were always chasing the game until the last over. But nonetheless, Mumbai Indians get yet another win, and they're absolutely climbing up with this win. And not just that, Punjab Kings lose yet another close encounter. It's almost the third or fourth occasion where they've lost a match like this by the last over. So that's going to be really concerning for a Punjab Kings team. And if you're a Punjab Kings fan, it's going to be really heartbreaking for you as well. Jaren, what a game of cricket, right? It just had all of the energy to it towards the last 10 overs once Ashutosh came to bat. You saw the energy shift. At one point, you felt like, okay, this is Punjab's game, but they just did not have the wickets in hand to get over the line.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, clearly, I think it's very surprising when you have such a good batting. I mean, not batting lineup. But I mean, I've always maintained that Punjab has not had a good batting lineup, and which is true. I think they really needed a Shikhar Dhawan in these are the kind of matches you need a Shikhar Dhawan, right? I know people speak about his strike rate and all that, but what he does bring to this team is I think this team is full of batters who are very erratic. Probably a Johnny Bairstow on his best day, you would say, is still the kind of player, exactly the kind of player you're looking for. But he's not in his good form. So I think most of the batters are erratic. You can't trust a Sam Curran to score those 60, 70 runs. You can't trust Liam Livingston at this point in time to do that for you. And most of the batters are at that stage. I think that's where you need a Shikhar Dhawan. And what surprises me about this team now, Abel, is you're basically banking on two batters who are playing their first season to win you matches, and that's never going to work out. That's the reason why they're coming close, is because these two guys are carrying and are trying their best. But Ashutosh Sharma, for instance, comes to bat at number 8 for Punjab, and I don't think anyone can save his team alone by batting at number 8. That just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen often. At least the top order or the middle order has to do something before that can start happening. And it's absurd that Punjab has brought themselves out of the situation. I know many will say that Punjab are very unlucky for the fact that they keep losing these big games, but they lose these kind of big games because of the fact that they're batting. The top order is not performing, and then again expecting a lower middle order. The guys are supposed to actually save you. Maybe if you have 40 of 24 or 36 to win, then they can come and save you. And that's the only game they were able to save for you. The rest of the games they can only make you look better. Your top order has to do better now.
Yeah, we have the great Sandeepani with us in the red jersey. Every time he supports me, he wears a jersey of any sort, even after the stream, it's going to end up in worse situations. But nonetheless, we have Sandeepani here. Sandeepani, what did you make of?
No, I purposely wore red because it's difficult to support some players like Hardik Pandya these days.
But just talking about Hardik Pandya, how were you impressed with his classic performance today? He just showed the world that why he's the best all-rounder in terms of bat and ball.
I think he was lucky that Harpreet Brar was facing, and if it was Rabada, I think he would have tonged him for 3 sixes in that over. Pretty ordinary bowling in the penultimate over. Another case where he came out to bat early on ahead of some of the average power hitters of the game and did not really contribute. Thankfully, he got out early today and couldn't really waste the deliveries that he does in the previous games. I think Hardik Pandya was the difference, honestly, because otherwise the negative impact performances that he has put up in recent times for Mumbai Indians, thankfully he put up an average performance, and that was the difference between Mumbai and Punjab today. An average Hardik Pandya is what took him to victory.
I just want to ask you this question as well, Sandeepani, because you spoke about how Hardik Pandya's performance was ordinary. But do you think right now he's playing to prove it to Indian team selectors that I'm good enough to be an all-rounder, or is he doing it for Mumbai Indians?
He's doing it for the money.
No, this is this question because the last 2 days you are hearing the reports, right? I don't know if there's a speculated meeting apparently where selectors told that Hardik should ball. It's again from Abhishek Tripathi, so I don't take him seriously. Because Rohit Sharma had cleared it out in that Adam Gilchrist podcast that there was no such meeting. But Abhishek Tripathi reported it way before even Rohit Sharma knew that there was a meeting. So I don't know about these kind of things. But it was apparently told that Hardik should be bowling, otherwise they won't consider him for the T20 World Cup. But whatever, if the meeting has happened or not, since then he's been taking up these tougher rules like ball first up, ball the
Ball
death
in the
overs, and
death.
all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I want to ask you. Is it just audition to get selected for Indian team, or is he doing it for the betterment of the team?
He is doing it for the worst of the team. I don't know whether it's being for the betterment of the team or not, but I think he wants all the limelight, all the footage, which he's clearly not getting. And with such mediocre performances, he's far from getting anything. I think if Bumrah wouldn't have been in this team, the team is supported right now with the power hitters at the top. I think the bulk of the scoring has been done by the top two or top three. Surya Kumar Yadav coming in, scoring a duck, and the next game he's in that sort of a form that Nitish Rana was in back in 2020, where he was scoring a duck in one game, next game come in, score a half century, a duck in the next. So he's following the pattern. So if I am a fantasy player, I won't pick Surya Kumar Yadav for the next game. But at some point, he's going to break that jinx. But talking about Hardik Pandya, I feel he's just a pretty useless commodity for this Mumbai Indians team right now.
I agree. Jen, that's a big statement to make, but then Jen, I want to ask you this. I understand Sandeep biasness towards Hardik Pandya, but the same question I'll ask to you as well. Especially when it's a T20 World Cup year, you have your own, you have your own ambitions as well to play for India.
It's
And
difficult to
especially,
like somebody like Hardik Pandya at this point of time, even if you are the
you don't
most
have to like,
hardcore of
bro.
Hardik Pandya fans.
You don't have to like. You don't have to like. It's okay. It's okay. That's your own liking. But Jaren, as I asked this question, you reckon he's auditioning for Team India, or is he doing any benefit for Mumbai Indians at this point with that kind of performance?
I think you're right. You're on to something. He wants to prove. I think there's also something else about it. Even I
Like, I
feel
want
he
to ask
wants.
you because Romario Shepherd is a much acclaimed death overs bowler when you compare to Hardik Pandya. Or accomplished.
We don't know if I'm gonna trust Romario Shepherd with the ball anytime because I don't
So
think
do
he's
you
done.
trust Hardik Pandya more or Romario Shepherd?
I
I
think I
think
trust.
both are pretty useless.
That's really nice.
I'll tell you what, Abel. I'll agree with what you said. I think he is auditioning. He's trying to show that he can be vital to the team, which I don't think he does. He needs
If
to
you
because
look,
I think
he has
he
been
does.
bowling with a lot of effort as well, right? This one, the Hardik
But I
Pandya,
think
he
I would
knows
have rather trusted the Rahul Tewatia of Mumbai Indians. I think Mohammad Nabi could have done a good job bowling
Yeah, I don't
instead of both
understand
Hardik Pandya
why is
and.
Mohammad Nabi not getting overs. That's very surprising to me. But I'll get to that later. But I'll
I
tell
don't
you
think he
what
played
I
today.
feel is valuable. I feel he's also trying to show Mumbai Indians fans that he is still the Hardik Pandya they liked a long time back. He's trying to come into key game for Mumbai Indians and try to win it for them. I think he's trying to do it both, where he's trying to show the Indian selectors and the Mumbai Indians fans that yeah, you can still bank on me. I can still be that player for you. But now, what he's ending up doing is he's destroying his chances in both those points, right? I don't think Hardik Pandya is that player that he was when he came into the team. He took that away when he started playing for Gujarat Titans in a certain way. I think till that point in time, he was that player. He had been that player for a while, but they decided to be a middle order bat, decided to be an anchor for whatever reason that was. I think that kind of took because of those next 3 years, he's changed as a batter. And as a bowler, he's never been a death overs bowler. I think the best death over that he bowled was against Bangladesh, where two full tosses somehow went into the hands of Jadeja. They shouldn't have, right? India was very lucky in that game, and then it was. I mean, I know
One to
Sandeep and
Jadeja, one
Gambhir
to
will feel
Dhawan.
bad about this, but it was at the end of the day Dhoni's glove work that saved us the match. Like Hardik Pandya's best ball was making sure that Mustafizur Rahman or Mushfiqur Rahman, who's the batter, I don't remember,
Mushfiqur
misses the
Rahim.
ball.
Mushfiq
Yeah,
Rahim.
Rahim misses the ball, right? And I don't think he's ever been a death bowler. I think he's a middle overs enforcer, somewhat like what
No,
Shane
no,
Watson used to be.
it was basically not. It was not Mushfiqur Rahim who was facing because
I
Mushfiqur
mean,
Rahim
Mushfiqur Rahim got out. Mahmudullah got out, and I think somebody from the lower order was
it was
playing. I
There
think
was
Taskin or someone.
Tuskin, I think, yeah. But I think
Taskin.
that was his best ball in that whole match where Tuskin Ahmed missed that ball, right? Rest of it, he was very lucky that Bangladeshi batters didn't know how to play full tosses. And that's the reason why he ended up bowling that. I think he wants to channel that Hardik Pandya out, but even today, right? I was looking at his bowling, he bowled the same length that he bowled to MSD. Only difference was he was bowling to Harpreet Brar. And that one ball, if Harpreet Brar had timed a little bit better, it would have travelled as well.
Yeah, I
and
agree. I
Ravada
agree.
came, smacked him all across the place. I think uh, I would have. Hardik Pandya was very lucky to go get away with just 11 runs in that penultimate over
And
because I think the
I
game would have
feel
been done
instead of
dusted.
giving those overs to Romario, he should have been the one to ball those overs.
Mhm.
And then the overs at Romario that I think he could have done better bowling them, or either else he should have given it to Nabi as well.
I also feel
I
Ashutosh
feel
Sharma. I think it somewhere. I mean, he played a phenomenal knock to get Punjab Kings to where they did. Was an
yeah
outstanding, commendable effort. But I think if everybody knew, right? Everybody was counting. Bumrah's over was done. Rightly so, Harpreet Brar played it out. 3 runs of that over. 25 needed of 3 overs. Quidze was bowling well. Did pick up 2 wickets early on. So he could have just played out Quidze as well. And then Mumbai had to go to a Romario Shepherd and a Hardik Pandya
I
or even
agree.
a
I
Akash
think
Madurai.
that's inexperience for you. That's
yeah
Right.
clear inexperience for you. That's something who has not played a lot of IPL games, has not been in the situation. But let's talk about Bumrah, right? I mean, I don't think there are words to describe him at this point. We've been speaking about him every game. If you look at all the Mumbai Indians wins thus far in the season, it's all Bumrah been the difference. The 3 wins all have been because of Bumrah, the difference, the major difference maker. And he's turning out to be in the peak of his powers right now. So, Nimani, you reckon India going into the T20 World Cup will be ecstatic about this form that Bumrah has been showing?
I just pray that he stays fit till the end of the IPL and he's utilized in a better manner. I won't say better manner. I mean, he is used conservatively because I think Bumrah is really peaking right now. If you see his performances over the last 1.5 years after the injury as well, after he came back from that injury, he has been bowling exceedingly well. If you talk about IPL performances as well, I think Bumrah is almost at his best performances because usually we see teams play out Bumrah. They are trying to play out Bumrah, but he's still going on to pick up wickets. He
Yeah.
has picked up.
What's the difference this year, Salim? Like, what does it make him take a lot of wickets? Is it like his accuracy has not been better? It's been tougher to face him because the balls he's getting wickets are rippers.
Mhm.
It's not like a bad ball. He has at
I
least
think that
one ball.
the Yorker has suddenly become very, very lethal, and I think with the PS, the batters are just not able to play those Yorkers.
I just feel
Yorkers are
the
just
Yorker has
unplayable.
got the swing in it. Before Bumrah's Yorker was much more straight on. Now the ball's swinging. That's what my analogy is. I could be totally wrong. You can correct me. I just
Like
think
a
the Yorker is
Shoaib
getting
Akhtar
a lot.
in swinger.
Yeah, maybe that in swinger and the out swinger to left hander. I mean, in swinger to left hander and in swinger to right hander, both has been working well. Because you saw Riley Russo wicket today, that was something when the ball came in.
Hmm.
I think since that test series against England, he's getting the ball to swing a lot more with that Yorker. So that's really helped. I think that Oli Pop wicket was the breakthrough wicket. From there on, it's looked a different ball altogether.
Yeah,
What
I'll
do you think?
agree. I mean, he is getting the ball to move around a lot more. And I'll tell you what else I really like about his bowling this IPL label has been that he's bowled a variety of deliveries, right? I think, and it's not a criticism, obviously. I mean, if I was a bowler who could bowl like Bumrah, even I would probably do the same, right? I just believe Bumrah bowled a lot of good length deliveries at the start of the innings, and he never really looked to, take wickets as much as I think the idea was to bowl good test match line lengths, and most bowlers do that. But I also see with Bumrah now is he's trying a lot of things, right? He's bowling every over like he's trying to get a wicket, and I think that's what's improving things. Where I really liked his interview that he gave right recently. I think it was the match before CSK. I don't remember against whom I played, but I think it was the match where. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. But basically, what he did say is, I'm always looking to understand,
I think it
how.
was after the RCB game where he picked up
Yeah, it
five
was
wickets.
after the RCB game, I think. Yeah, where he said a very interesting thing, right? Where he said that I also try and prepare for how a batter would be preparing against me and try to counteract that. I think that is something that was really impressive, right? You probably look at a batter, or I mean, as a batter, you look at a bowler, or you look at the problems that you're going to face against the other team, you prepare against that, but you never prepare against how you are being prepared against. So this is, I know that you know my weaknesses, so I'm going to study my weaknesses and make them better. So that really helps a lot, and I think he's really put in that effort. Now all of a sudden, you don't know what Bumrah is going to ball anymore, right? At least in the power play, you expected him to ball that good line delivery, the top of the off line delivery, try and get those wickets that way. But now you see him ball even slower deliveries in the power play itself. So that's making it more difficult that unpredictability of what Bumrah is going to bring to the table.
Yeah, I mean, his wickets can go into a compilation. You can sit there and watch the whole day because that's how good it has been. But talking about which, let's talk about Mumbai Indians batting. Suryakumar Yadav striking form once again. Scored a good 78 runs. What do you make of Suryakumar Yadav since his return? He played good knock against RCB and got out for duck against CSK. So it's been 2 ducks and 2 performances. What do you reckon? Is he back to his complete best or is he still striving his best?
I think you'll have to give him some time back from an injury. And I mean, he has been. he has taken a break after a long time, if I'm remembering correctly. Surya Kumar Yadav, over the last 2-3 years, he has been very, very active in T20s. So coming back after a break from T20s as well, uh, or from back from injury, I think I'll take two good innings in the first four. Is something that you will always take. He is slowly getting into the game, and also I think the way he got out against CSK, I think it was a game of margins. I mean, it was a brilliant catch taken in the boundary at the third man. So
Yeah,
it could have easily gone for a six on another day as well. So I think it's a matter of games where Surya Kumar Yadav will be back to his best,
yeah,
and I think these are positive signs. You'll have to give him this sort of practices of getting in and getting to play 53 balls, and that is why I
absolutely.
feel him coming in at number three is a very, very good call for Mumbai Indians as well. And I think
Absolutely.
today's batting order was still better. Apart from Hardik Pandya coming in at number five, I think Tim
But
David right
talking
now.
about Hardik Pandya, his 10 runs is the difference in the game today.
I mean, one day it comes off, one day it does not. But honestly, when you have a player like Tim David coming in, for you, I said early on as well, it was Hardik Pandya's mediocre performance today that was the difference, because he has been underperforming
I
hugely in
mean,
the last
10 of 5 is still 200,
10 of
right?
6,
Strike
10
rate.
of 6, no,
10 of
no,
6
10
is
of
still
6 is
close to 200, right?
it's 166.67.
Yeah, I mean, I will
10 of
take
6.
that. I
Is
will
that
take
bad?
Yeah,
that.
you might take that 10 runs of 1 over, but I think the batter coming in after him scored 14 of 10, 14 of 7. So I think it's still better to give in your hitter or your striker the earlier go. I think Tim David is a class player, and it's a case of I mean, if you compare to KKR, I won't say Hardik Pandya is as good a finisher as Rinku Singh, but he's like a Venkatesh Iyer who comes in after Andrew Russell. You wouldn't promote a Venkatesh
Yeah,
Iyer
okay.
ahead of Andrew Russell in the 10th or 11th over.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean that's been the case with Mumbai Indians. If Venkatesh Iyer would have been the captain of KKR, I'm sure he would have come in at number four, number five, ahead of Russell, ahead of Rinku Singh. But
But
that
as
is
I
not
mentioned,
reality.
he's auditioning for the T20 World Cup right now. It's not about Mumbai Indians. So
I
that's
think
why
he can
you
go
have to
to his
respect
home
Hardik
and play
Pandya.
an
He's
audition
putting
at
nation
Jay Shah's
first.
house. I think playing in an IPL franchise is not the right place of for auditioning, especially captaining a side and misutilizing your powers. But okay.
But that's why I give respect to players like Hardik Pandya, especially when you are an IPL player, still putting nation duty, national duty first. I mean, that's called commitment at the end
I
of
don't
the day.
think he's
For me.
helping either, Abel. Rohit Sharma has already threatened him. He said yesterday, if impact player was not there, I
Hmm.
want to see Shivam Dubey ball. That is a
Who told this?
clear.
Who told this?
He said this. So, Gilchrist, Adam
Oh
Gilchrist.
yeah, the same podcast. I know what's the
Yeah,
full podcast.
Club Prairie.
Yeah, correct. Club here.
He
And
Yes,
said
yes.
exactly the reason why
exactly.
I am really frustrated with the CSK team, I don't know what they are doing. They have 7, 8 bowlers and they are substituting a Shivam Dubey. I mean, he's doing his job with the
No,
bat.
I think
You
now
know,
they're doing
he's
Rahane, right? Now they're
Anyway, I just
substituting
want to ask
Rahane.
you this question now. Like the T20 World Cup score is going to be selected over next 11 days, I believe.
mhm.
31st is the cutoff date. 30th is the cutoff date. First, you
30th.
have to announce.
30th is the cutoff
Yeah, you
date.
have to
Yeah.
announce the team before 1 month of the tournament. That's June 1st is our first game. So Shivam Dubey there in the scheme of things. Do you prefer a Shivam Dubey ahead of Hardik Pandya because of his better batting prowess,
Obviously. I mean, Hardik
or
Pandya
Shivam
right now
Dubey
is
ahead
in
of
all
Rinku
sorts.
Singh? Now it looks like most likely Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma opening. Surya Kumar
Mhm.
Yadav at 3. Your wicketkeeper at 4. Your 5 is an open slot now. 5
But
and 6 are
who is
open
your
slot.
wicketkeeper? You reckon a Dinesh Karthik getting in a call up?
I think
Can you guys confirm is Dinesh Karthik is retired or not from
no,
international
he's not
cricket?
retired. He's not
No,
retired.
no, he's not retired from it. He's not Dhoni. He'll wake up one day
I
and say,
think
I'm
he
retired
himself.
from international.
I think he
He's been.
himself put it on Twitter, right, that he's seeing all the World Cup memes. So
Yeah,
he's
yeah, yeah.
pretty, yeah, he's pretty in. And if I'm not wrong, I think it'll be Rishabh and Dinesh Karthik.
Yeah. And I think the next game for
Ideally, it should be
RCB is
Sanju
very, very
Samson.
important as well,
For me,
because
there's no way looking beyond Sanju. I don't think Rishabh is still fit to go.
but Sanju Samson hasn't been the best of players in T20s grabbing opportunities. I mean, you talk
I
about all the
think,
hype for Sanju Samson in ODIs. I get it. He comes in, he scores those
but come
runs.
on, Sanju
No,
Samson should be
I'll
giving
tell you,
starting
Abel, what will go
cricket.
again. Sanju Samson is he's been scoring runs at number three. I don't think India needs a number three
And
batter.
also, I think he has been
I think India are
inconsistent.
looking at Sanju Samson at 3 and Surya at 4. Then you can have your 5, 6 and your all rounders.
But that
And
will be a
okay,
blunder.
by the way, the reports are that Riyan Parag is considered by Team India now.
Won't be a
Uh,
bad idea actually because he can
and
ball a
they're
bit
looking
as
at
well.
number 5 at that number 5 position, a batter who can bowl a little bit. So that means
Yeah.
India going with 7 bowling options, including
Yeah.
Hardik Pandya.
Or a Shivam Dube. We never know.
Yeah, I mean, you know, what
And
if
tomorrow
I
tomorrow?
it's
think
CSK
I
versus
think it's a
LSG.
toss-up between Shivam Dube / Rinku Singh / Ryan Parag. One
I
of the
think
two.
Yeah, I would go for
Rinku
Rinku.
Singh, if he is fit, I think Rinku Singh hasn't been 100% fit in some of the last
He
games as
isn't.
well.
He isn't. He isn't. I think
My
they've
question is,
already
would you
declared
have a
injury.
Rinku Singh or a Shivam Dube in your team?
I would still have a Rinku Singh because I still feel that he has
Yeah,
done the
because
job for India
they
at
asked
the
him, right?
finishers role.
They asked Shreyas, why are you substituting Rinku? I think it was Rinku only they talked about. So why
No,
you substituted?
they asked Ryan Tendeskate because he's the
Ah,
fielding
yeah,
coach of KKR.
and he said that Rinku
Yeah,
Singh is not.
but it was evident, it was
100%.
obvious, right?
Yeah,
If one of your best fielders is not fielding, then he is probably injured,
I
or they
think
are
that's
probably
what they're doing
saving
with
him.
Surya as well, Mumbai Indians. So he also is not 100% fit. So he's also only batting and then
Mhm.
leaving.
I mean, this
Uh,
impact stuff should be taken off for all good reasons, to be very honest.
I
This is
agree.
just
I agree. I just feel
I
it's
just feel at this point this is creating a lot of havoc, a lot of wrong messages as well. Like, what would you
yeah.
do when you're playing international cricket then?
No, I think Abel, what it also does is it really saves a lot of teams, right?
Yeah, I agree.
I think a lot of teams are able to hide their weaknesses because of this impact sub all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Now I understand it's great for viewership and all, and I just don't want. I mean, I like it if one match in a decade goes about 250, 277, 288, but we've already had three matches this season itself, and I think that is absurd at this point in time. And I think this rule is just making it very one dimensional, right? And
Yeah, I
as
agree.
someone who likes a little bit more bowling than batting, I think it
Like,
hurts
for
to see
example,
all the
Ashutosh Sharma
batters.
coming at 8, you don't expect that anywhere else until unless.
Yeah, I mean Rabada was your number 11. Rabada
Yeah,
can bat.
yeah, that's weird actually. I hope people understand that it's just hiding a lot of things and at the same time it's not giving balance to the game. Or you
Yeah.
just keep international standards. If ICC is following a protocol, keep that. As simple as that. Why do you have to tinker with it? And I
BCCI
don't
is
think
bigger
that
than
brings the
ICC
league.
at this point, so they are making the calls or
Yeah,
shots.
I agree. But I
But
if
but but
if ICC
I feel
implements
I feel
impact stuff, then I'm okay. I think that's not a bad idea
I
for
feel at
to
the
start.
end of the day, I think we're talking about India's chances of selection. I think you have to pick up two out of the four players, and I'll ask everybody. People can come and comment as well. It's Hardik Pandya, Shivam Dube, Rinku Singh, and Riyan Parag. You have to pick up two out of the four to go on and play in that playing 11.
It's Hardik Pandya, Rinku, Shivam Dube,
Shivam Dube and Riyan Parag.
Riyan.
You can pick only two out of the four.
I would say Rinku and I'm gonna be very surprising about Rinku
No,
and
I think
Riyan.
that's unfair because that's 2 out of 4 is two different roles. There are two spots available, and
Yeah,
you still
Yeah,
have
that's
you
what
can
I'm
keep one. I
saying.
think
Two
you keep
spots for
three. You
out
can
of the four.
so you can keep 3 out of 4, and
No,
for the
I mean
squad,
it's
the
number
squad.
5, number 6, right? We
Oh,
are
you're
talking
talking
about number
about
5, number
you're talking
6.
about playing 11 wise.
Yeah, we're talking about playing 11.
Playing 11 wise,
Number
then
5
I'll
and 6.
keep. I'll have to keep Hardik because he's bowling. Shivam Dube, I've not seen him bowl.
Oh, when
And number
Hardik was
six,
in the mix. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
I suppose that's going to be tougher then, but then Rinku and
Hardik at
Hardik,
6, Hardik at 6, Shivam Dube at 5.
I would
You
go
don't see a
Rinku.
Rinku
And
Singh
I'll tell
play.
you why Rinku is because I feel Shivam Dube can't finish games.
Yeah,
I still believe Shivam Dube does
then
his
the
job
batting
at
order
limited
changes.
number
Then
of
Hardik
overs.
at 5, Shivam Dube, Rinku at 6. That's how it's going to
But
be.
Hardik can't finish either.
But then it all depends on the wicketkeeper batter, Jaren. If Dinesh
Yeah,
Karthik is the wicketkeeper, then I don't know if you
yeah.
need a Rinku Singh. If
Correct,
Rishabh
correct,
Pant is the
correct.
wicketkeeper, then I think you need Rinku Singh. So it all comes down to the wicketkeeper choice ultimately. If Dinesh Karthik is a wicketkeeper, I'll keep Shivam Dube because I don't see anybody hitting spin in the middle overs as good as Shivam Dube. And we have seen in the last few World Cups, we have lost because of that very factor. And I don't think Rinku Singh is a player who can go from ball one. And Shivam Dube can go from ball one. Like,
That's
just
true.
storm the spin. Just take
But I think
10 feet
it's
apart.
interesting that Harsha Bhogle, every match after every match, Harsha Bhogle comes online and he's all about, in all the KKR games, he's saying Rinku Singh should be promoted up the order. He should get a. But KKR are really auditioning him for the finisher's job only. They are giving him the opportunity only after the 16th or 17th over so that he can come and try and go from ball one. And I think that's clarity in thought.
Yeah, that's good.
And
I
that
mean,
is why I don't
KKR are
agree with
not
Harsha
looking at
Bhogle.
Indian team selection at this point, Sanjeev.
No, KKR are obviously looking at their
I don't
own.
think so. KKR, if you go say Gambhir, bro, just try our boy because he'll be like, get out
No,
of
but
here.
I'm just talking about the role
That's also
clarity.
always been the role that he's played for them, right? That's how
So
he
I
got
don't
the
know.
job
I
in
mean, it all
India.
Exactly.
comes down again to the factor. What is Indian team structure
No,
going to
but
be?
for
I think
Team India, Rinku has come in and saved quite a few games over the last years. If you
I mean, I agree.
think
I
of it,
think for me,
Rinku
on
has
in
come in at
form,
number
in
5, number
reputation,
6 in the 7th or
Rinku
8th
Singh is the
over.
best finisher in the country. I mean, I don't see anybody better than Rinku Singh to finish games off. I mean, in pressure situations, especially win matches. Maybe if batting first, maybe a lot of players can do that. But second innings chasing, that's going to be really a tough task. And that's
But
also
also, I
going to
feel
give.
Rinku has done a terrific job coming in at number 5, number 6 when India have lost 3-4 early wickets.
Yeah.
But
That's for me. That Afghanistan game is a hallmark, which really
yeah,
puts him in a stead. Where India lost 4 wickets, I remember, and Rinku came and saved the
yeah.
ship with Rohit Sharma. And it's not that in India. And if you're seeing Rinku Singh for KKR for UP, he's done that so often. I mean, he's so equipped to play that role.
But I
So
think
if
we
you
can all
ask,
agree that tomorrow there is LSG versus CSK and Shivam Dube should bowl. If he's not bowling to KL Rahul, then against whom will he bowl? I think against KL Rahul he should be given the opening overs.
Yeah,
I
but
think he can bowl
again,
on.
right? It's the
I
same
think there's
point
a
that you
new
were
guy
making.
CSK is trying. Yeah, Richard Gleason instead of
Why
Mustafa. I
would
think
you
so
risk?
apparently. Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead. Go ahead.
go ahead. You go ahead. You go ahead. You go ahead.
No, I was just saying that there was a statement made by the BCB president, the Bangladesh Cricket Board president, that we don't send players for practice anymore, and Mustafiz has got enough training already in his life that he doesn't have to play IPL to get used to things.
Yeah,
So
it
he can
was
come
said by
back.
the operations chair of BCB.
Whatever he said.
I've never heard the operations chair of any board ever make any statement on a player.
All the more reasons why you should have now players from Bangladesh also banned from
And
IPL.
and you know what? And the BCB director said that no. He said the exact opposite. He's like, what will he learn that he will learn for playing against Zimbabwe that he can't learn playing for Chennai Super Kings?
I think he's at the best time of his career in last 1
But
month.
like I said, Abel, I mean, when was the last time you heard operations chair of
Yeah.
BCCI or ECB
I
make a
feel
comment
in
on
one way it's a
cricket?
blessing in disguise for CSK. They've signed Richard Gleason now
Yeah,
instead of
yeah.
Devon Conway, and he's a good player. I mean, he's got pace. I think in his debut, he picked up Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, and Rishabh Pant.
Rishabh Pant in 8 deliveries.
Yeah, in India,
Yeah,
they're good ones. He's a good player. So
yeah.
might be a blessing in
I don't
disguise. You never know.
think I don't but I don't feel Chepok would really suit him.
I don't know. I think he's a good buy. I genuinely think he's a good buy.
Yeah,
He's a
but I
very
don't know if he'll get opportunities, right? It's gonna be Mustafizur and Patirana. I think CSK has been the best
No,
for
I
the
think
second
see,
place
I'm
best
talking
bowling
about from May
India.
1st. There is no Mustafiz. So you have to look at back end of the tournament. Who's going to be good?
Yeah, true.
Who to follow. You
But then
can't
I
get.
feel with the sympathies and the love that the CSK board has with Sri Lankan players, I think Pathirana and Thikshana will be the players that would play.
I was
Thikshana
very
would come straight
surprised
in.
that they didn't sign someone like I expect them to sign a Lahiru Kumara or someone like of that.
Yeah, Dushmanta Chamira.
I think Chamira already backed out of the IPL. He was part
Yeah,
of KKR.
he has already
Yeah,
backed out.
yeah,
Yeah,
he did.
Would you have had
and
Chamira
CSK
instead
did
of a
go for
star? Oh, that's my
CSK did go
question.
on Tushara, right? Uh,
Wait, who did
and
KKR
I don't
sign
know why
instead of
Mumbai
Chamira?
Indians haven't played him.
Who
Correct.
did?
Who?
KKR got in this. What's his name?
Atkinson? No.
Yeah. Gus Atkinson.
But he also ruled out, right? He's also ruled out.
I'm not quite sure, but they are anyway not going to play.
Would you have
KKR
had
have their
Chamira
4
play for
overseas
you
players.
ahead of a Stark if Chamira was available?
But I think the KKR management does not
No,
have
I
that
think
sort of sympathy for Sri Lankan players.
Samira replaced Atkinson,
Yeah.
and then Chamira backed out.
Yeah,
So who
exactly.
replaced Chamira?
That's my question.
I mean, another bowler.
Or maybe they didn't replace him.
No. They did
They
get a
replaced him with
replacement. I think it's
someone.
an England pacer.
England pacer,
Uh,
yeah, correct. I think it's no, it's not Luke Wood. He came to Mumbai Indians.
Let me check.
Okay,
But in
either
the
ways.
meantime, I was saying anyway, whoever it is, he's not going to play because unlike CSK, KKR does not have that Sri Lanka sympathies.
Yeah,
But
agreed.
Thikshana would come straight in.
Finally, CSK were trying for Wayne Parnell. They didn't sign him up. He was one of the options they considered. I thought Wayne Parnell would have been a good option.
Yeah.
Um,
And
yeah.
we have this feeling for when Parnell would have been
I
good at
think the
CSK for the
reason
last
why-
2 years.
Yeah, I
And the
agree.
reason why they did not take him because I think last year Bangalore got him and he got thrashed there. But I think Chepok will be a better place for him than Bangalore would have ever been.
No, I don't think he had a bad season with Bangalore. He was very good for Bangalore.
Was he?
I was very surprised that they let go of Wayne Parnell this season because when it comes to bowling, he picked up those wickets, Darren. I mean, him and David Willey. I was very surprised they let go of David Willey as well. Now, if you look back at the season, of this kind of season Bangalore are having, Last season, they had these two bowlers who were really doing a good job, like David Willey and Wayne Parnell. Though they might not have contributed as much with the bat, which they expected them to do, but that's okay. I mean, they were anyways a better investment than the Alzari user for 12 crores. You know, I just didn't understand that kind of shit. So that's what I was a little upset about. And David Willey, I think, was part of this season and he pulled out from Lucknow Super Giants.
Come on, Alzari Joseph had the record of the best bowling spell, individual bowling spell in the IPL. You're trash talking somebody who has had a massive record.
One game. That's it. That's all he has.
Come on, Abel, you have to also accept that players. I mean, you said a lot of things about Shivam Dubey once upon a time. You remember?
And I
And
still
then
say
guess what you're saying now. I think you have to also look at it. Like I think it's like
Alzari
Manchester
gave us an
United.
exemplary longer format bowler, Jiran. If you look at his lengths, they are meant to be for the test format. And if you look the way in which
Yeah,
he
but
bowled in Australia,
I
there's
think
no
you have
way
to
I
also
deny
say,
it.
Abel, that you guys are at this point are becoming Manchester United or IPL, right? Whoever plays for you absolutely sucks. Leaves you guys, goes and plays for Dortmund, and
No,
all of a sudden you're in the
I don't
semi-finals of
blame
the
it. I
championship.
don't blame on the ballers, especially. I don't batters have done well. It's just the ballers who haven't really come good. And I
Yeah, I
also
mean,
think it's
batters have done absolutely valuable. I think they're the second best batting team in terms of run rate or something like that.
yeah,
The
I don't
third
know.
best.
Batters have done well. It's just that the bowling, because of Chinnaswamy, again, can't blame. Whoever you bring in the world is going to get hit, right? Dale Steyn,
Yeah, I
you
think
remember
that
trying to
is the
use that
point.
game smashed in Chinnaswamy for fun. So I don't blame any bowler who comes there. Every
I
bowler
mean,
gets
your
hit.
biggest mistake ever was letting go of Chahal.
Yeah,
That
I
was the
agree.
worst
I
decision
think
ever.
that was a
I
big
think
mistake. And
Chamida
we
is
can
still
all.
in the KKR overseas playing lineup. I think Chamida is still there.
He's
And I
there.
was just looking for, Chamida replaced Gus Atkinson, and there was a thing that popped up. Gautam Gambhir angry with Mitchell Stark, a headline, and I just saw the thumbnail. तेरी अम्मा से 25 करोड़ निकालू निकालता हूँ.
Why does it
It's
feel like Sandipani is written that article?
Sanjivani has been talking to Gambhir to bring Chamira in. I don't think it's a bad option to bring Chamira in. I think Chamira will fit into that team really well.
Do they need a Chamina though? I mean,
I think
then they
they
have
be
to
better.
give up on Mitchell Stark, right? They're like
Like
24
you
to
have
crore.
to.
defeat to defeat a team like RCB.
But
I think
that's the
Mitchell
point,
Stark is
right?
enough.
See, not everyone able is as
Oh, you
gutsy
have
as
like
CSK.
KKR next. Woohoo. But I don't have really
And
good
I think
hopes
that
for
will be a very big audition for Dinesh Karthik coming back to Eden Gardens. I think it's a big game if he gets that
yeah.
opportunity
If
to
this
make
goes
I think
another.
the
on, yeah,
audition is done,
T20
Sandipani.
World Cup the pakka hai.
I'll tell you what, I have a feeling the audition is done. Now it's all about the fact that do they think they need Karthik or
No,
not?
I
I
think
think
they'll take into account all the
I think
performances
they'll
before the
wait till the
selection.
last
Exactly.
day, last game, which is going to be played before the selection to see
I
who
yeah, but
they
think
pick.
as
the
of now, I
performances
think
that Dinesh
he's
Karthik
pretty much
has put in,
he's
the
pretty much still
And
performances
I
that
second,
Dinesh
really
right?
Karthik
hope
has put in
Sanju
still now.
Samson, whoever he plays against, smashes a century next match, and Riyan Parag does well. It's my personal favorites, and
Riyan
I
Parag, I'm
want
still
Sanju to
okay
do
with
well.
him because I think he has toned down. I mean, he has matched his game to his attitude, slightly matched his game to his attitude, which is a
Not
good thing.
slightly. Are you saying slightly? Like, are you kidding me,
I mean,
Sanjivani?
his attitude was over here. His game was over here. Somebody with an average of 16 and strike rate of
Bro, it was
124.
never his
Wait,
game. It
wait,
was
wait, wait,
always the problem
wait,
with
wait,
the
wait,
situation.
The
wait. Riyan
position that
Parag
he was
playing
played
from,
at.
but anything,
I think
anyway,
now they've
a
got it
player
right.
playing from 2019 till 2023, 5 years of IPL experience, playing 54 games, averaging 16, and a strike rate of 120, be it any position, should get the boot. I think Ara stuck to him, and finally he's coming of age. So
I
his
think it's just
attitude and his
unfair.
performance is still
Unfair.
somewhere in
This
between.
is unfair. He was 17 when he made his debut. Sonny. He's 22 now. What are you
Yeah.
talking
Yeah,
about?
I mean 17 to 22. It's like you're.
Come on, he's just
I
like
can't.
that guy. Like, if you, I
It's
understand if it's a 23
Riyan
year old,
Parag has
25
a
year old.
Riyan Parag had a lesser average than Danushka Gunatilaka. Come
Okay,
on.
bro, I understand. Come on. That's different. Gunatilaka is old. This is a 17-year-old kid who's just
See,
popped into world of IPL. And
Yeah,
he's
I mean,
really
so I'm saying his attitude, his
dude,
game
in
is
that
really
5
coming
years,
out.
I think he has at least won RR two or three games if I'm not wrong. That's good enough.
yeah.
Yeah, he did.
And
He did win 2 or 3 games for RR in the last
So
5 seasons of the
therefore, a
IPL.
20-year-old Riyan Parag winning two or three games, I'll take it, bro. I mean, now he's reaping the rewards. And next year, I'm sure when RR is going to retain someone, he's going to be the second name on the list for sure, if not the first.
I'm not sure. I don't see Riyan Parag being
I
the second
really
player
see,
retained
see,
by
I
RR.
really
no,
see Chehet,
I'll tell
Sanju,
you
and
what, right?
this guy
I'll
being
tell you guys
retained.
what. Even before, right? If you look at before 2020, 2024, this season, right, where he's really changed things around, he had a very good average at I think RR and Assam together at number 4.
I think he has
But
had a very
RR
good
kept
domestic
playing him at
circuit as
number
well,
5,
playing for
number
Assam.
6, number 7, and that's where his average is still bad in those numbers. I think they've never played in the right position.
Yeah,
They
we
always
all
want him
know
to
the
be a dead
reason, Jared.
cover
I mean, I
back.
don't think we have to reiterate to the reason that
Yeah,
he was misused by the team. It's just that
yeah.
we have to just stuck to the fact that he's shown the world what he can do, and now he's spoken about an Indian selection. Did you anywhere expect Riyan Parag will be spoken as an Indian player in the middle of the IPL? No one expected this. That's all I want to say. I mean,
I
he
mean, if
can
you're
ball
playing
as well.
54 games and 5 seasons, I think it's high time that you do step up. It's good that
Yeah,
he's
he
stepping
stepped
up,
up, and I
but that
think
is no
he's
excuse.
one for
I
the
mean,
future.
come
I
on,
think he's an
you
all-format player for India. I can write it
see,
down and say.
6 years ago, you were also 17 years old. If you would have gotten a chance for RCB and played the way Ryan Parag did for
No,
5 seasons, they would
I
have
think
picked you out
Abel
of
would
the
have
field.
been trashed at Chinnaswamy, and then his career would have
Yeah,
been over.
and then his career would have been
I would
over.
make a move to Chennai Super Kings or somewhere. That's where I see my career.
Yeah, that's where he's already looking like Rachin Ravindra wearing that yellow t-shirt.
So I am
7 years
personally
from now,
saying, if you give me
maybe
an option, if
Dhoni.
I think I
Seven
was
years from
listening
now,
to
when Dhoni is 49 years old, young, he'll probably identify Abel somewhere
see
and pick him
if you
for.
are a cricketer who if you're a bowler especially, right, and if you want to really make a career out of yourself, if you're picked by RCB, you'll be always under pressure. I'm telling you from my own perspective. I'm a biggest fan of RCB out there. I'll be under pressure if I'm picked because the thing is, firstly, there's a lot of hope for you to win that championship.
I think the
Secondly,
safest team that you can be picked for is Punjab Kings and Rajasthan Royals. I think
no,
Punjab
no.
Kings.
No,
I think
I think
CSK.
Mumbai or Rajasthan.
I think Mumbai is a very good team to be picked once again.
Mumbai
Because
is a very good team to be picked if you want. I mean, direct success. I mean, you talk about
yeah,
players
if
from
I'm a
Mumbai Indians,
youngster, if I want to make my
Akash
mark in IPL, I
Madhwal
would never go to
and
CSK.
Nehal Vadera. But we're talking about Akash Madhwal. I think
I
he's really
think
facing the
the
second
other team that
season.
I would probably look at and say is a very good team to go as a bowler is I think Rajasthan Royals. I think
Yeah,
they've
Rajasthan
done
Royals for
well
one.
in terms
I
of
think they have
producing good
been very,
bowlers.
very exactly.
I think they'll give chance to you. I mean, if you're a youngster,
Yeah.
you want to make your IPL debut, I think RCB will give you a
But
chance
the
for
but
sure.
but why I
But I
said
don't think you'll have
Punjab
success.
Kings is because Punjab Kings and KKR have had all these sort of trades. You talk about players
I
like Rinku
think
Singh, Varun
yeah.
Chakravarti. They have all
Mhm.
at some point been in Punjab Kings, identified by Punjab Kings. Then KKR traded them in.
But they never played well for them, right? They
See,
never
I'll tell
played
you
well
one
for
thing. See,
Punjab.
once again, if you want to perform and if you want to get chance, okay, RCB is a good team for me to get chance. They'll give you a chance. But thing is, if you want to perform and to have that chance, Mumbai Indians and Rajasthan are two teams which
I'll tell
I
you
would
what,
be
4
any
years ago,
youngster.
I would have told two more teams would have been KKR and SRH. I think they were doing phenomenal job. Now,
I
I
don't think
think
SRH
maybe in the
is
next
there.
2 years,
Yeah, yeah,
no,
yeah.
I'll tell you why 4 years ago, right? Sunrise Hyderabad had some of the best bowling that India has had in the last, before
Mhm.
4 years back. I think
Yeah,
when
because the
David
likes
Warner
of
was there,
Natarajan, Khalil
under his
Ahmed,
captaincy, there were some very
Bhuvneshwar
good Indian
Kumar,
fast
everybody.
bowlers that were coming up and very good
Sid
Indian
Kaur,
bowlers that were coming up.
Siddharth Kaul, yeah.
I
Even
think,
Mustafizur Rahman had his
Baseless
I'll tell
most
you
successful
what,
Artificial.
season playing for SRH.
it's not a very bad time to be selected for KKR right now with
Yeah,
Gambhir there.
KKR has always produced good
I think
youngsters.
Chandrakant Pandit's influence has come down a lot. I think it's more Gambhir in the dressing room, which I feel.
Yeah.
And I feel that will
Obviously.
help a
I mean,
young
you see,
cricketer.
all the
Yeah.
mentors talk about only Gambhir. You had Ryan
Exactly,
Scotty talking
exactly my
about
Bro,
only
point.
Gambhir.
I'll tell you one thing. Angar Krish Raghuvanshi is one clear example. His strike rate in Sai Mustaqil Trophy was 100. I remember journalists, the Bengal journalists, like lashing out at KKR for giving him a debut cap. And that very match, he proved them wrong, right? This guy was like, oh, how
And
can you
also,
play
if
a
you talk about
player?
Ankrich Raghuvanshi's performance in the World Cup, the under 19 World Cup,
But
it
leave
was
that,
very,
right? I'm
very
talking about
subpar.
T20 stats wise. He was never the guy to be given a debut in an IPL. 19-year-old, zero T20 power hitting game. If you're giving him an IPL cap, and that's why no disrespect to Bengali journalists, they had their rights to lash out at Gambhir for that
Mhm.
first when they gave the cap out. Because they were like, how on earth can this guy make the debut? But then that's why KKR is really a good team for youngsters like Vaibhav Arora, Harshit Rana. A lot of I think if Vaibhav Arora
Suyash
and Harshit
Sharma.
Rana were in CSK, they would have never made their debut. But
Right.
they got their opportunity.
They would have made their debut at the age of 30.
Who? 30.
I
Yeah.
mean, you told they would have made their debut. They would have eventually made their debut once they crossed
I
the threshold
still
of 30.
think, in my opinion, CSK should move away from Tushar Deshpande and give Hunger Gaker a chance. That's me.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I don't understand why, because it's not even like he had a bad outing, right? He did decent in the 2 games or 1 game. that he got.
One game picked up 3 wickets.
One game, he looked really good. I don't know why he
I
is.
don't understand. Again,
He's
bat
not
as
old
well.
enough.
Yeah, I think they just kept him on the bench. They're like, wait, you germinate and then you come back.
Being an
What
RCB
is
fan, I really
Tushar
wish I could
Deshpande's
play some of
age?
these ballers.
What is Tushar
No,
Deshpande's age?
you would have destroyed Hunger
26,
Kicker.
27. No, I think, bro,
26, 27.
I'll tell you, Siraj, all these guys have had also some good times in RCB. Like Saini, Siraj, they've all come through RCB rules. They've had a good time. I mean, it's not like all the ball. Even Shahbaz Ahmed has had. The
No,
thing
but
is, the
you look at
consistency has never been there.
even you look at the ballers that were there in CSK's net ballers and who are playing in some of the best IPL teams today. You realize that CSK is actually
What?
not done. I think Andrick Nokia, Josh Little.
Oh, what's the
Um,
point? I mean, do you know what the statements made by these ballers? I'll never play
yeah,
more
I
than
know,
50.
I know. I'm totally going against my own franchise. I think
Don't
they're
tell me
really
that
bad at talent
they
scouting.
made these balls or anything of that. So the thing is that CSK, see, their philosophy is different. There's no blame on them.
Yeah,
Their philosophy is
agreed.
they're like the Real Madrid of cricket, I would say. They like these set of players they're going to play with.
Hmm.
They're not the team who's going to play. I think they're not the Barcelona of cricket who's going to give a
And also,
chance.
Shivam Dubey
Barcelona
is
cricket
still
is going to
fighting.
give 5 lanes. They are the
Shivam
ones
Dubey
who are
is
going
still fighting for a place in the team, and Ajinkya Rahane gets an easy fit because of his age, his experience. Because they know that Shivam Dubey needs
See,
to
I'll tell
stay
you,
in the crease for another 4 or 5 years
why
to get
I tell
20
you
overs of
that the
fame.
Real Madrid of cricket is because Real Madrid and CSK have got a very similar ideology. It's no matter how old you are, we're gonna stick with you, and you're gonna grow up
Lucky.
at some time. We're gonna invest
I
in you.
mean, in simple words, you just want to put it as lucky.
I
Old
don't know if
old
you can
people
be
winning you
5 times
trophies
lucky.
is
You can be
lucky.
2 times
No.
lucky,
I don't
not
think it's
five
it's
times.
unlucky. See, these old players are also good players. Okay, they're not bad players. Like for Real Madrid, there's Modric. For CSK, there was a Rayudu. For there's a I'd say there was
Ajinkya Rahane.
Ajinkya Rahane. I can give the Tony Cruz kind of example. There are
I think
old players.
Shane Watson, for instance, or
Yeah, I'll tell you, like
yeah,
that works, man. It works in some teams. It's T20 at the
I
end of the
think
day. Even 50
it
overs it never would have
especially
worked.
works in cricket, right? I think
Yeah.
the older you get, the better you are, especially if you're a batsman. I mean, that's until and unless your
It
instincts
only
obviously
works for
take you.
CSK, Jerin. When we do the same for the Indian team, it backfires all the time
Bro,
in
you tell
ICC
me that
events.
CSK is an old team. I don't think CSK is anymore the old. I think average age of CSK is one of the youngest teams in this IPL, if I'm not
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah, yeah.
But they are
They're not
playing the
old.
same
They
set of
make a
players, right? They are
transition right in
playing. If
front of
you
your eyes and you don't even realize it.
what?
There's a
That's
transition
exactly
that's
what Real
happening.
Madrid does. They make the
Yeah.
transition and you won't even realize it. That's exactly what I'm trying to talk about. Like some of the great teams, they might have an old core. They
Yeah,
might
CSK
be
are
5
going
years
through a
old.
transition, and it is very, very. I'll tell you why it is so clear, visible to the eye, because you have the likes of Samir Rizvi playing in the team. Nobody is talking about him because I think he has faced 3 or 4 deliveries in the 7 matches that he has played. Because our Thalak likes to get the PR of playing the 4 deliveries and getting the opportunity. You have a Shivam Dubey sitting out for 20 overs, not bowling at all, because he's not auditioning for Hardik Pandya's role in the
Anyways,
T20 World
guys,
Cup.
I think we should stop talking about CSK. Tomorrow is their game. We'll talk about them then. So that's about it from our
Yeah, I
side.
think we'll have to talk about CSK only because the game is going to be
Yeah,
boring.
yeah. We'll watch the game tomorrow. Good night, all of you. It's a long live stream for no reason.
But
We'll just
Jerin, do you
end it.
think Shivam Dubey bowls tomorrow?
Then we'll see. If Shanzu balls tomorrow, I will dance on the stream.
I don't think so. I don't think so at all.